Hello everyone. So at the time of recording this, it's currently 5:05 and I think I woke up around 3:30 and I just couldn't sleep back. So I'm not talking very loudly obviously because I'm freaking tired, but also I don't want to wake anyone up. I've basically been having sleeping problems ever since I broke my foot. It feels like ever since I broke my foot, it's just been my entire personality, but I think it's because I usually move my legs a lot when I sleep, and then now I can't do it. Obviously, I can't be moving my legs around when I'm sleeping, so that's probably why I'm having trouble sleeping now and I just can't sleep. And I'm in the middle of this really bad cycle where I go to sleep at around 2 and then I wake up at 12 every day. And I feel like it's just getting worse now. But anyways, like everyone who wakes up in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep, I've just been thinking about my life. Oh my gosh. And because it's summer holiday right now, in a month, I'm going to be traveling back to my home country. Hopefully, I'll be able to walk normally by then, which I should be able to, according to what the doctor told me, but sometimes they don't tell you everything, so hopefully that is really the case. Oh yeah, this is unrelated, but I'm taking a bioethics class, and one of the topics that we just covered was about withholding information. Sometimes doctors will withhold information from their patients, and then sometimes it's vice versa. There's this one quote or statement that I read somewhere, I don't remember from where, but it goes something like, once you move to another country, you become a foreigner in both countries. You become a foreigner in the country that you move to, and you become a foreigner to the country that you move from. I don't know why, I was just thinking about this quote and I feel like it's true, at least to me. I moved abroad when I was pretty young. I was young enough where I was able to kind of adapt better, but it doesn't change the fact that I felt like a foreigner when I first moved here, and I think to a certain degree I still feel like a foreigner. Anyways, after I moved, I didn't end up going back to my home country until like 5 years later, and by the time I went back, I was so much older. I was 5 years older. It just felt really weird and it felt different. I mean, I was really happy because I have family back in my home country, and I also have family here now where I'm currently living. And when I went back, I truly did feel like a foreigner. I just feel like I wasn't able to blend in like how I used to. And after those 5 years passed, I'd pretty much already forgotten the language of my home country. But I think one of the big reasons why I forgot about the language is because when I was learning it when I was a kid, I never liked learning the language. I think it was my least favorite subject in school, so that's why I forgot it so quickly after I moved, which is a bit sad because learning a language or being able to speak a different language is always a good skill to have. And I don't know if it counts as an identity crisis, but I feel like I'm living two different lives because after I went back to my home country, the first time I went back for 1.5 months, which is a considerable amount of time, long enough for me to reopen my memories there, I guess. I was able to go through a lot of my old stuff. It makes me nostalgic and it makes me miss when I was still there. Anyways, the point that I'm trying to make here is that I feel like ever since the first time I went back, it felt like my life here stops and it doesn't continue, and I feel like I'm a different person in my home country. And I feel like I'm kind of split in two. And after I went back to my home country for the first time, I went back again the next year, so I've been back twice, and I'm going back again this year, so it will be a third time. It feels really weird how long the total amount of time that I've just not been there. And I'm living two different lives, it feels like. When I go back to my home country, I'm living my life there, and my life in my current home doesn't continue. And likewise, when I come back here, it feels like my life back in my home country it just disappears. I'm not necessarily sad about that. It just feels really weird. I don't even know why I'm thinking about this. Every time I go back, I just get nervous about leaving my life here behind. Well, not really leaving it behind, but putting it on hold, because it feels like once I go back, I can't do anything until I come back. And yeah, it just feels like I have two homes, because I remember before I ever went back, ever, for the first time, I told myself, oh, I'm gonna settle down here because this feels like my home now. But then after I went back, my whole perspective changed, and it just opened up my world, I guess. I don't really know how to put it. And I think it was also because the gap between me moving away and me visiting again was so big. And when I moved abroad, I was like a little kid. I wasn't really a kid, I was kind of a teen already at that time, but when I went back, I was a lot more grown up, I guess. So it really changed my perspective on things, and now I don't feel like the current place that I'm staying at is 100% my home. I feel like it's more maybe a 60-40 split now, because I have a lot of family in my home country, and even though a lot of them I'm not necessarily very close with, but they really do feel like family when I go visit them, and it makes me miss the culture there, I guess. And I also miss the things that I used to celebrate when I was there, and after I moved, we just don't celebrate it anymore. When I went back twice in the past, and when my time there was ending, it was sad again, because like I said, it feels like I'm living two different lives. And then when I went back, it feels like I'm living the second life for just a very short amount of time, and then I have to put it back down and go back to my first life. And it's just kind of scary sometimes, because in a way it also feels like I can escape from my bigger reality. Like once I go back, I'm gonna have to think about looking for a job and going back to school, stuff like that. Anyways, I'm not necessarily sad about anything, I'm just thinking. This is gonna be a pain to edit because I made a lot of pauses, just sorting out my thoughts. I'm trying to use the word like less. I think I'm still using it a lot, and my voice is giving up on me before my voice completely dies. Thanks for watching. I'm just gonna wake up. I'm probably gonna do some homework because I have work to do. Have a good day and good luck with everything.